Hi, not a lot's been going on with the Nova project, but I get to report one big major update. That is reupholstering the seats. So I'm going to take you over to the car now, and I pretty much took out the seats and it's all ready to be shipped off over to the upholstery shop. But I'm going to show you the seats the way they look now, and show you the proposed design of the interior seats. And then of course we'll see what they look like when they come back from the upholstery shop. So let's go check it out. So here's the Nova, all gutted out, took out the seats. And as you can see from the steering wheel, this is pretty much the idea of the color scheme for the interior. Now basically the interior is all black, but because I have so much black in the interior, I want to kind of break it up by adding just a little bit of red. I want to bring the exterior color of the car into the interior, just so that I can break up the black. But I don't want too much red on the interior. I still want it to be mostly black. So you can see the steering wheel the way it's designed. It has mostly black, and then of course it has two red stripes on the steering wheel. That is pretty much what I'm going to do for the seats. The doors as well is mostly black, but right here there's a strip that goes across. There's a pull strap, and then of course a metal bar that usually gets attached to the doors. I'm gonna have all that in red, reupholstered in red, so that I can break up the black on the doors, pretty much make a stripe, and that's gonna be for both of the doors. The back panels are gonna remain all black. There is no design on the panels that I can use to reupholster, you know, pull off and reupholster and put on. Plus the window crank is right up here in line with this. So I mean, you can see there it goes in line. So the back I'm not going to touch. I'm going to leave it all black. Now here's the seats right here. I'm going to turn the camera on its side so that you can pretty much get a visual of the seats, you know, as if they were you know, right side up. So hopefully now you can see it a little better. And pretty much this is the design of the seats. It's going to be all black, completely black vinyl. It's going to have the stitching the same way to have that stripe. It's going to be in black. It's going to have right here on the side another stitching, you know, a line of stitch, so that it pretty much resembles one here, one over here, and one down there. And here is the proposed idea for the seats. Only the backs are going to have a stripe of red, and the stripe is going to be roughly about, I don't know, 16 inches wide. I'll let the upholsterer decide on the measurement, but basically I want it to go in between the stitching that goes down here and of course this stitching. So whatever measurement can fit between those two stitching, I want it to be in red. And this stripe is actually in line with this stripe. So it's going to pretty much going to be a stripe, and then the seat's going to be a stripe, another stripe on the driver's side seat, and then of course the stripe gets finished off on the driver's side door, and then everything else in black. Now in the center it's going to have 1.5 inch you know, dividers, and it's going to be 3 or 4 of them. I'm not sure, I'll let the upholsterer decide that, but this is pretty much 1.5 inches by, I would think, right around 16. Anyway, that's the idea. That's the idea of the seats. And then of course the backs are going to get the same treatment. Pretty much just the backs is going to be red, and then everything else in black. So we'll have to see how it comes out when I get it back from the upholsterer shop. Hopefully they can pretty much get the idea of what I'm designing. And then of course here are the parts Then I'm going to reupholster in red the door strap parts. So that way I can have my red on the doors. Again, don't want too much red, just enough to break up the black. So we'll check it out when it comes back. My front bench seats have seatbelt guides, and here's one right here that I just worked on, and I'm gonna share this tip with you guys. You can see that it has like a nice satin finish. Now this is what it looked like when I took it off the car. Now I can't put this back on because you can see it's all white, and the way I get it to look from this to this is with the use of heat. So I got my propane torch going, and I have that little piece there, and you'll see where this goes. Oops. You'll see where it goes when I put it back on the car. But anyway, let me show you how easy it is. Now you have to be careful because you are applying heat to plastic, and you do not want to melt the plastic. If I can get a good view while holding it. You can see how the white is just disappearing. Now, as I said, you got to be really careful. You have to do it slow. You have to guide where the heat goes because you don't want to melt the part. But you can see how I'm getting rid of that white stuff. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just melting it, just the top layer, just melting the top layer, so that I can get rid of the white. Now you see there's some white there. Let's see if I can do it with the camera steadily on there. Hopefully you saw that. Got rid of the white. And that's pretty much it. Get rid of the white, and then you just have to do it carefully, slowly, and keep going until you got it all black again. Just like this. So I'm going to keep working on that, but I just wanted to share that one tip. After I'm done with the top end, I'll turn it over and do the bottom end. Okay, so here they are inside my minivan, my front bench seats. There is the design, as you saw from the tape mess I made on the original seats. It came out beautiful, exactly the way I told them I wanted it and how I had it all planned out. So you can see here, there's that red stripe. This is 1.5 inches wide, and these pleats are 1.5 inches wide, and he put 3 on there. The actual seats themselves also has a matching design, except that the front seat, the bottom parts of the front seats don't have that red stripe. I didn't want that red stripe to be on both parts of the seats. He also took care of these right here. Took care of them. Here's the other side. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is the driver's side. This is the passenger side. Came out beautiful. Again, this was done over. And here are the plastic. I've already installed them. These are the plastics, and now you can see where they go. The reason why I went through all that trouble to get this restored is because these specific guide plates I can't find reproduced. The ones that I can find reproduced is a wide squarish one, and I didn't like the look of that because it's kind of like big, and these are very, very inconspicuous. These are very hidden under the other part. Now the other part I'll show you later on. The other part that goes with this, where the seatbelt actually rides in, it's a guide. That one's also with the white coating, whatever was on that plastic. But those I could find reproduced, so I went ahead and purchased those. So when I install these seats and get it all set up, I will install the new ones on there, and the seats will be complete. So there it is. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy with the seats. And then let's look at the back. So you can see the back. So he even did the back, just like it was originally from the factory. So sweet. I'm very, very happy. You can see the markings they have there. I'm gonna have to clean all that off and give it a nice protecting coating on them. Since they're brand new, I want to be able to protect them. And in this van, smells like a brand new van, and it's because the seats are giving off that odor. So when I have these seats in my Nova, I'm gonna have that new car scent. So my plastic parts came in for the seatbelt guides, and they look pretty good. They look just like the originals, except they fit like garbage. This is the part that gets attached to the seat, the other part of the guide, and they do fit in nicely, but this does not hold on, so it pops off easily. So I decided I'm not going to use it. So even though they're brand new, I'm not going to use it because, well, they don't function as they should. So I opted to use the original factory guides. Now the factory guides are textured. Because they're textured, I could not use the heat treatment to get these to look like this. So I decided to paint them. I put some adhesion promoter on them first and then painted them with my truck bed coating. And because the truck bed coating is already textured, I thought that they would go well with the already textured finish of this plastic. So I'm going to wait a couple days. I mean, they're dry now, but I'm going to wait a couple days until they fully cure before putting them on the car. So now I got all the interior installed in the Nova. So let's go have a look. There it is. That was my design. That was my vision. So you can see the stripe. There's a stripe on the door. It gets carried into the seats. And then I got the stripes to match in the back. Let's get a closer look at that stripe. So when I was doing this whole measuring of the stripe in relation to the seat, it was very important to get that measurement correct. And I have to give it to the upholsterer. He followed my measurements to the last centimeter. And because he did that, when I installed them, the stripe lined up beautifully, just as I had planned. For the back panel does not have anything to be able to carry that stripe over. So, as I stated in the beginning of the video, I wasn't going to do anything but leave the back panel black. But the back window does have a red stripe already. So I guess that serves as a red stripe for the back end. So that complements it well. So here's the seats right here. All fully installed. Got my seat belts there. So that came out really sweet. Very happy with that. The front here. Let's give you a look at the front. Now, the reason why I went with the pleats the way they are is because even though I was reupholstering the seats, I did not want to take away that classic feel to the Nova. I mean, after all, the Nova is a 1974 Nova. It's an old car. And when my wife saw the seats, she said just that. The seats, they look old. But she didn't mean it in a negative way. She just meant that they look, well, the design is old. And that's exactly what I wanted. I did not want to take that classic feel to the Nova. I mean, some would say, why didn't I put bucket seats in the Nova? Well, I didn't because, again, I didn't want to take away that bench. I mean, how many cars today you see with bench seats? Besides, I thought the bench seats are really, really comfortable. So why go with buckets when the bench seats are super comfortable? So the bench seats add to the feel of the classic. theme that I was going for. So it just looks great. Let's get a closer look at the doors. So here's the door, pull, strap, metal. So this right here is the metal part right there, and he upholstered that with vinyl. And then for the pull strap itself, and then of course that end piece. Now as you can see with the pull strap, he actually stitched it on. And though I did not plan for that, I didn't ask him to do that, and he didn't even ask me. He did a great job, and I actually liked the stitching on that pull strap. And I'm so glad that he did not put black stitching in that pull strap. He used red, which is great. If he used black, that would have just killed the whole design, because I didn't want any black on those pieces because the entire door is black. Here's a wide look at the doors. All black with a little red, just breaking it up. So I'll give you a good look at the interior one last time. There's the steering wheel. There's that red stripe carried over into the seats, and then the back also gets carried over. So when you're looking at the seats, let's open up this window. I really like the way this looks when you're looking into the car. When you're looking into the car, I mean, the stripes are clearly visible. I really like that. So it came out just perfect. I'm really happy with the entire thing, the whole experience of reupholstering seats. So the Nova is definitely reborn. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching.